Margaibo.
Hi, I'm Magaibo. Just thinking about ganking and what's been happening recently, which is not very much. I think that the pond has been overfished. I'll probably have to hold my hand up and say I'm partly responsible for this, but we've got a big increase in gankers around the market hubs, the trade hubs, around Jita, around perimeter. Just now I'm on the gate and there's a couple of other thrashes that are there. You combine that with a greater awareness of what gankers do, which again I have to say that I'm probably responsible for some of that as well. And those two factors means that there's not much going on in the way of ganking at the moment. Compared to the November and the February that I had, this is a drought. I think I've maybe had like one large skill injector dropped in the last few weeks. So I think it's time to maybe take a break from ganking. I do have something else in mind. The wheels are already in motion to do. Nothing to do with ganking at all. And I'll be hopefully making a video about that within the next week or so. But let's just say that if you enjoyed the Abandapart Stay Frosty Frigate Free-for-All, which was in Uleta, then you'll be interested in this. It's something that's going to be aimed at people who don't do PvP ordinarily, or maybe have just tried it at the Frigate Free-for-All event. Maybe traders or miners who want to try out PvP. And I know that the Frigate Free-for-All captured a lot of people's imagination, but it's an annual or at best a biannual event, and I think it would be good to have something that takes the spirit of that but makes it available all the time. So I've given away probably a bit more than I intended to, but I'll give you full details once I've got the full details, once I've got everything all planned. In the meantime, I think this is going to be my last day on this gate for a while. Let's have a little sit here. I'm on the perimeter gate in Jita, along with some other pirates, and we'll just see what happens. So my setup today is a bit more straightforward. It's 2 thrashes, a boosting Gnosis, and a loot ship. I don't have my Okator because it's quite early in the day, so there aren't really an awful lot of anti-gankers or loot thieves around. I still do like looking at other ships that are too big for me to kill, just to see what they've got in the cargo. I suppose it's like a voyeuristic streak. This chap's got the name Trader in his name, and he's flying a Sunesis. And a Sunesis has become quite popular for people shipping valuables into Jita. A lot of people got them for free, and they have very quick align times. As you could see there, there was no hope of being able to lock onto it. They aren't very big. A Tornado can one-shot a Sunesis, so if he is carrying anything valuable and doesn't have a bookmark at the station, he could find himself being ganked by a Tornado at the station. Look at this, for example. The Sunesis coming into 4-4 in Jita. Expanded cargo holds, which weaken the ship. No tank whatsoever. And wow, all those boosters, which add up to 6 billion ISK lost. Here's another one flying into Jita with 3 inertia stabilizers, a cloak, and a micro warp drive. And a cargo which you obviously didn't want to keep a hold of, because that's another 3 billion loss. And these are just in the last 7 days. To me, the Sunesis is becoming the leopard of destroyers, in the way that as soon as you see it you think something valuable on board. You got to wonder about the names of some pilots. I mean, this guy who's ploughing along in the autopiloting Badger, New Ni Nans. I mean, if you're in co-op chat or in combat comms discussing things with your friends, you don't want to shout out that pilot's name. I would shout out his name if I was calling primaries just based on his name. we're adults playing this game, and adults shouldn't have to say things like that out loud. Get yourself a decent name. Should pilots be able to change their names in EVE Online? I think there might be problems in that you couldn't exactly be sure who you're talking to, but in the employment history tab of someone's profile you get to see if they've been transferred to another account, so I guess you could see what their previous names were. And if there was a rule that you couldn't take a name that someone else had previously taken, then there shouldn't really be any identity problems, so yeah, why not have the option to change names? So I know this is a quiet time of day, it's half an hour before downtime, but even still, it's much quieter than at any time I've seen it in the past. I mean, with this other pilot having his thrashes there, it's like two fishermen standing at the same spot of the river. I think perhaps with the videos I've got to the stage where people are expecting to see me as they jump through here. Might need to take a break, give people an opportunity to forget about me. 3 million. I mean, this is the thing, is that a ship jumps through like that, you get a lock on it instantly, you get a scan, and your eyes have got to focus on this part, because I immediately look to see if there's an injector there. But as it turned out, there was enough time in that one to see that it was 3 million-esque and make the decision not to shoot. I mentioned a combination of factors of people expecting to see me here, and I think maybe I'll move out to another gate, another system, or give it a break completely. And I have done that. I've moved to a couple of other gates, but I always end up coming back here because this is where historically there's been a number of amazing kills, but it's just not happening. So one of the things I won't do is move to gank at the station at 4-4, purely because of the bots there that scoop the loot. They are run by external third-party software to scoop the loot before any human could possibly do it. If you see the surname Fury, there's about 5 of them on the station that are active at some points of the day. They're working outside the terms and conditions. I don't understand why CCP allows it. They must be able to register when somebody's using external scripts. I know that they've been reported for years and CCP's done nothing about it. Ganking on the Jita station, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. So have a look at this Charon. Now, if I could get this value cargo in a Corvette, I would be quite happy. I suppose it's good in a way that there's less people being ganked. It means that there's some kind of education going on. Pilots are learning from other people's mistakes. Perhaps learning from kill mails or the videos that have been posted of big kills. I think there's still room to do ganking, but I think we've got to be a little bit more inventive than just sitting on a gate scanning stuff. I think there could be some exciting stuff to do with a little bit of organisation. It's not all about ganking for money. Sometimes the targets that need to be ganked aren't being ganked. They're sitting on a station being operated by a bot. There are people who come to the gate to gank me. Perhaps they're begging other people to give them their kill rights so they can kill me. That's a bizarre way to spend your money in EVE Online, but it's content. It's something that's actually happening in the game. I think that the more initiative that there is shown, like the Frigate Free-for-All, in creating content yourself, then the longer this game will last and the more that people will get out of it. So I'm going to use this cluster shutdown timer as the countdown to me stopping being on this gate in Jita. After downtime, I'm not going to be here anymore, not for a while anyway. So this is the end of my Jita ganking for a bit. There are some other things which I'm going to announce shortly, which I find a lot more inspirational and exciting to think about and talk about and plan than gate camping, which, while it has been historically incredibly profitable and provided me with some absolute jaw-dropping moments, I'm through the other end of that now. It's too quiet, and I feel like that there are more exciting things to do than sitting on a gate scanning every covert that comes through with like literally a 1 in maybe 1,000 chance of having something that's worth shooting. Got to be better things to do in Eve. And that's it. After downtime, I'll be moving on somewhere else. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.